Are you still undecided about where you want to live your retirement years? Are you fed up at the insane political situation and social upheaval in the Western world? If the answer to either of those questions is yes, then consider coming to live in the Philippines. In particular, an area called Dumaguete, Bacong, Darwin, and Valencia.
Hello everyone, we are back again, the Veritas Consulting Group. I'm now with Michael and I am Ella. We will be discussing the 4 topics. The first one is the justice here in the Philippines for Filipinos and expats. And the second one is how most efficiently, how can you access your money here in the Philippines? And the third one is what should you choose, whether to rent or buy? And the last one, or the fourth one, is the upcoming presidential election in America. Now we will announce our lucky winners from our last program. And what is it, the question, Michael?
The question was, which Western country is most closely associated with, militarily, with the Philippines?
The answer is USA.
In the jar, which Vange will give to us now, today hopefully. Thank you, Vange. And how many winners, how many correct answers do we receive?
We received 15.
15, very good. Alrighty, so please pick out one here. And the winner
It is Jimmy Brown from Cebu.
Very good. Well, we'll be in contact with Jimmy tomorrow to advise about collecting the 1,000 pesos prize. Well done, Jimmy.
Okay, we will have our first topic to discuss. It is about the justice here in the Philippines for Filipinos and expats or foreigners.
Thanks, Ella. It's a very complex area, the judicial system in the Philippines. The laws here are based in a very similar way to those in America because of the American influence. But quite frankly, if there's an accident that happens, and even if all the legal reasoning confirms that the Filipino has been responsible, it's very possible that the foreigner, the expat, could be held liable. There's very little sympathy or even rational thinking attached to justice for foreigners. As is usually the case, it's important to have a good attorney. The question, of course, is how do you find the appropriate attorney to take care of your case? Here in the Philippines, people rarely, if ever, specialize. Attorneys rarely, if ever, specialize. They're general practitioners. And fortunately, we spent a lot of time at Veritas interviewing, reviewing, working with attorneys until we now have a solid panel, a panel of attorneys who we can choose from to select appropriately for you. And after that, one of the differences also with Veritas is that once a week we contact the attorney and also our Veritas client to have updates on what's been happening with the case. So if there's anything lacking from either party, we ensure that the issue is taken care of before it becomes a problem.
Thank you for that, Michael. We will tackle now the second topic. It is how most efficiently to access your money here in the Philippines.
That's a very important question, important topic. And I and many other expats made so many mistakes, errors when we came here first. I used to withdraw from my ATM account, and it was from a foreign bank, Wells Fargo Bank. And it cost 250 pesos per transaction. And if I want, the most I could take out would be 20,000 pesos. But it was 10,000 pesos maximum per transaction. Yeah. I was paying $10 to withdraw 20,000 pesos. Quite ridiculous. So that's an issue that should be avoided. It's often wise to have your bank account simply here in the Philippines, so you can access money easily. with no charge or with a very small charge. If you use another bank to withdraw money, there's anything from 15 to 20 pesos will be charged to you for that service. In terms of pensions, it's the Social Security for America are very, very helpful in terms of allowing that to happen. There are several banks that are approved by the United States to allow you to be able to have your pension, your Social Security paid in here. And the same applies for other pensions. It's really important to be as efficient as you possibly can be. For example, if you have the credit cards, please keep the credit card that you have if it's foreign. Why is that? Because I went along just recently and to my bank where I have a reasonable amount of money there, you think would be perhaps a good client, and I got a credit card. What I had to do was I got a small amount. It was 50,000 pesos was the credit card that I wanted. And I had to allow them to transfer 60,000 pesos from my account at their branch over to allow me to get 50,000 pesos credit card. And if I'm late with repaying my money, then I pay a penalty on top of that as well. It's nonsensical. So please, in terms of credit cards, and you need to have at least one good credit card, please keep one with you from the country you came from.
Okay, thank you for that, Michael. So we will move for our third topic. It is, what should you choose, whether to rent or buy here in the Philippines?
That's, again, another important question. And like so much in the Philippines or in our lives, it really comes down to the individual, what the individual circumstances are. If, for example, you have excess cash available, it may be wise to buy a house purely for investment, because you will not lose out on that here. Prices here they've increased so much in the last few years, and the amount of land that's available is becoming smaller, and the prices of the housing is beginning to increase. So while you never want to do anything in a hurry or make a harsh decision or a rushed decision, it's really wise to consider, if you have some cash available, to buy a land or a property. In terms of renting the house, there's different philosophies. Like in Germany, there's a philosophy of not owning homes, of renting only. Here in the Philippines, it's very different. I think you might discuss that in a few minutes. But it's the price of buying houses here is so low compared to in the West. The foreigners and the expats have found that when they come here. There is no basic mortgages. There's very limited mortgages available. Those that some banks, a few of them offer, is for a short term, fairly short term. So it's really best to have the cash available to buy. And again, it's very, very attractive, the prices here. And a lot of our clients, they have sold their homes in America, and they have come here with this fairly healthy amount of excess cash. And for them to be able to buy a lovely home, a lovely retirement home for anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 is a joy. Beautiful home, and then plenty of excess cash available as well to do other things with. So again, it comes down to the individual. Some people just like to rent, other people want to buy. What is the experience you think of Filipinos in terms of renting as opposed to buying?
Well, it's way more good to buy here in the Philippines than renting, because as me, I also experienced renting a house, and it's too expensive for me, and it's just like a dead money, right? Yes, a dead money. Like when I rent, why should I have to rent when I can just put it in my bank account, and then I can buy a new house soon. So it's way more nice to have a house on your own. You should buy it, not for rent, because too expensive. And when you rent, you should buy, because the money that you rent for that house, you can have it for, buy it in your own house for how many months you can rent your house. And then after that, still don't have a house, because I also have a friend that is still renting until now. Then I told them that, why won't you just buy your own house, so that it should be way more safer. So
thanks, Ella. And we actually asked Ella to discuss this because many of our viewers, you will be sitting down with your Pinay girlfriend, fiance, or wife, and you will find, we're just preparing you, you will find the attitude, the mentality of most Pinays is that if there is an opportunity, if there is the cash available, it makes complete sense to purchase. And you're in the process creating an asset, and no more an appreciating asset, and no more rental payments going out.
Because Filipinos hate renting when they know that you can buy it. Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. So now we move forward to our last topic.
Yes.
The fourth one, the upcoming election in America.
Right. Thanks, Ella. At Veritas, we are completely non-political. We never express any opinions in favor of one party or one movement as opposed to another. But we are talking today briefly about the upcoming American presidential election, because many of the viewers may not be aware, but it is possible to be able to vote in this election if you're an American citizen who is living in the Philippines. A dear friend of mine, Jack Hurley, did some research for us on this. And if you would like information from Jack, from us, about how to access the site and how to work your way through the approval process for voting, then just let us know and we'll connect you with Jack. Briefly, in terms of myself, when I arrived into America back in 1985, I was broken. In every sense of the word, I was broken. But America, being the great country it was, perhaps is, took me up. And once I had the ability, the proven ability to contribute to society, then they did everything they possibly could, gave me a full scholarship for law school and many other helps. So it really pains me. I love this country. I love America and all it did for me. And it pains for me to see that the turmoil that's happening within American society. No country ever was able to defeat America militarily, and yet the country is imploding from within because of divisions between the people. And it really is so painful. So please give serious thought to voting in this upcoming election. And as I said, if you want the information, we'll provide it for you, and then Jack will work you through the process so you can vote in the upcoming election.
Okay, thank you for that, Michael. So that was our last topic. And now we will move on to our quiz. So the question is, can a foreigner own land here in the Philippines? Can a foreigner own land here in the Philippines? So to answer that question, you have to answer it through email, and it will be provided on the screen. And please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to our channel. That will be all. Thank you. Bye.